Hello and welcome back. It is time for another Kellerman vlog. If you watch these, then you know what they are. I reread the murder mysteries by author Jonathan Kellerman, and we talk about them. Things that I like, things that I don't like, things that bother me, questions that I have that I need answers to, things I would really wish I could ask the author or the publisher. Today's book is City of the Dead, which I'm very excited about because I have not read this book before. This was my first time reading it. It came out in February. It is now August. I was waiting until I made it this far in the series with my current rereading. And I think it was probably July when I read it because I'm a little bit behind on... Well, I have the notes right here. No, it was August. It was August 3rd when I finished reading that book. So it's exciting to me. This is the first time that I'm talking about a book with you guys that I just read for the first time. So, as you probably know, these vlogs are intended for people that have read the books. But if you haven't, again, there might be spoilers, and here is a brief synopsis. And this is going to be a little hard for me because it's sometimes the synopses are right off the top of my head. I don't prepare them, and I just read this book for the first time, so it's kind of hard for me to think it through. So, there is a murder, and initially we're not sure if it's a murder. A body is flung out in front of a truck, and it's pretty suspicious. Like, we think the person was either pushed or they were dead first. And then they find out that the house that that person came up, or the body came out of, there was another dead person in the house that is clearly a murder. And our main characters in the series, as we always know, are psychologist Alex Delaware and LAPD detective Milo Sturgis. And in this case, they're called to the scene of the crime. Milo's called because he's a detective, and he calls Alex because he's his consulting psychologist. But it just so happens that the body, the victim that's in the house, is somebody that Alex knows, which is not the first time that's happened in these books. In this case, it's somebody he knows professionally, a woman who had been falsely representing herself as a psychologist in court and had run afoul of Alex and some other people. So, it's really just about solving her murder and the murder of the person who was pushed in front of the truck that had been in her house. Were they a couple? How are they affiliated? I don't think we know his name until much later in the book. And it's solving a murder mystery, but it starts in a rather unusual way, and the characters are rather unusual, so it's not a conventional murder mystery, as many Kellerman books. So let's see what I got on here. This is my first time making notes for a new book, and I'm excited. It's almost like a book review, only my opinion doesn't matter. Based on some of the other reviews, I was concerned. There were some people that didn't like this book. But I liked City of the Dead. Once again, Kellerman finds a largely original story. I did agree with some of the other reviews, other people reading, that Kellerman focused a lot of time on parts of Alex's life that don't normally get as many pages, and it was a dead giveaway that those parts would connect at the end of the book. And it seemed awfully coincidental that Alex knew not just one, but two characters in the murder outside of his detective work. So I'll elaborate on that a little bit more so than I did in the notes. Alex, again, is a psychologist. He doesn't just work for the police. He sees patients, mostly children and child custody cases. And normally, he very rarely talks about his custody cases in the books because it's, nobody's business. In this book, he goes into a lot of detail about a specific custody case. And if you've never read a Kellerman book before, you might wonder, well, why is he going into so much detail about this case? If you've read Kellerman before, you're like, okay, so that case is going to loop into the murder somehow, because otherwise he wouldn't be mentioning it. And again, I thought it was awfully coincidental that he knew the victim, the fake psychologist, and one of the, I guess it's kind of obvious that one of the people involved in the custody case ended up being involved in the murder some kind of way. And so, of course, he knew them through that custody case, and that was just awfully coincidental. Okay, what other notes do I have? I liked that Alicia hooked up with Freeman. It was weird for Freeman to be referenced as a Kobe Bryant lookalike several years after Kobe passed. And, I mean, it's possible, I don't know how long ago Kellerman wrote this book. Maybe he wrote it before Kobe passed, but Kobe passed, I think, 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And, so they could have edited that, The book didn't come out until February of this year, easily 2 years after Kobe passed, I think. So that was just really weird to me to say that. It kind of felt a little disrespectful to Kobe's memory. I'm not a huge Kobe fan, but I know a lot of people really care about him. Okay, how can Cordy have fake Facebook friends? So Alex talked about going on her Facebook and being like, all her Facebook friends, it looked like she had a lot of Facebook friends, but they were all like Albert Einstein, Barack Obama, etc. And it was like, okay, you can like those pages, but that's not the same thing as friends. And like, you can't friend the real Barack Obama unless you literally know him in real life. Albert Einstein is dead. You can't friend him. So how could she be friends with these fake pages? I mean, it'd be obvious that they were fake. And really, she would either have to make them herself or know somebody who made them. Like, that didn't really make any sense. What else did I say here? The book claims that most of her Facebook friends are fake. Most are fake pages of celebrities, and I don't see how that's possible unless she also made the fake celebrity pages and added herself. Then there's a celebrity singer that's referenced in the book, and she claims that she couldn't stop Cordy from listing her as a Facebook friend. Which, if anybody's on Facebook, first of all, you don't have to accept their friend request. You can block them. There's a million ways that you can not be somebody's Facebook friend. So, unless it was just that Cordy liked her page as a fan, but millions of people do that. That's not significant. Nobody can see without doing some digging. Like, if you go to my Facebook page, you really got to do some digging to find out who I'm a fan of. Whereas you can go to my friends list and see who I'm friends with easily. So it makes me feel like Kellerman does not understand how Facebook works. Okay, those are the only notes I had for that book. Maybe if I'd read it more times, I'd have more notes. Again, this is a first read through for me. The next book doesn't come out for a year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and reread everything from the beginning, which is what I normally do. And I'm going to try to come up with a solid timeline of characters. Because I think one of the things I've ranted about a bunch is like Del Hardy, Milo's former partner, comes up in multiple places throughout the book. Sometimes he's married, sometimes he's not, and the timeline doesn't always make sense. So I'm going to put it on paper, and we're going to see if we can figure out that timeline, and you guys are going to help me. So, for now, this is the end of the Kellerman vlogs until either the new book comes out, which is a year from now, or I read through all of them again and come up with some sort of timeline and figure out a way to vlog about that. I don't know which one of those things will happen first. Probably me reading through the books. That usually doesn't take me a whole year. But we'll see, because then it might take me a while to come up with the timeline, and it might take me a while to figure out a way to make it into a video. There's just a lot of questions. But I hope that you guys will continue to hang out with me for these existing vlogs. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let's discuss these books. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking this out with me. I hope you're looking forward to the next installment and the next Kellerman book. I am always excited for a new Kellerman book. It's one of the things that makes me happy, because I keep rereading the book, so I get to add something else when the new book comes out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If I don't see you hit the Kellerman vlog soon, I'll see you at the workbench videos and the fan test videos and the organ videos and the guitar videos, and we got lots of great content on this channel to keep you occupied until the next Kellerman video comes out. Thanks again for watching.